Well, Act 2 is definitely escalating quickly. Did not expect to be fighting freaking Andy Serkis this soon either. This fight just screams first round before the later game. Could be wrong, it could be right, not really sure, but regardless, we got to get some good practice in. So we here at Direct Gaming wanted to put together this guide for you on how to take on Renoir in Act 2. This guide is broken down into 3 parts. A quick look at my skills for the characters, including Pictos, Luminos that we had to kind of show you an idea how I wanted to use these particular characters. Then an in-depth look at the boss and how to handle the attacks and how to best deal damage. And then finally a full run of the boss fight sped up just a tad to show you how to use everything you have learned in real time. Let's not beat around the bush and get right into it. Now, for loadouts on my characters, I've been going with my personal favorite trio, Verso, Lune, and Ciel. Oh, and yes, if you die the first time, by the way, you can actually switch your party members around to the 3 that you personally like. You'll notice that when you go to the mansion for the first time, you might have a team you're not used to using. Once you respawn, however, though, you can put your best 3 on the front lines to fight the boss. What you see on screen right now are the main skills that I used with my particular characters, and my Pictos you'll be seeing throughout the video appearing above the character profile pictures in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, a lot of this fight really just comes down to learning the timing of the moves of the boss, which you're going to see are kind of crazy, and being able to deal a good amount of damage each hit, because if you are not able to handle some of the healing from the boss, this fight can take forever. So, speaking of all those little things right there, let's get into the fight itself and see what we can do. Now, Renoir here luckily only has 1 phase. Feels like the last few big fights have had 2 phases like Lampmaster and Duelist, so this is kind of a nice change of pace. That being said, however, though, Renoir can hit like a truck, so it's time to go over his moves first, and then how I went about using my skills to do the most damage to him. Of course, if your team looks different from mine, then let us know in the comments below what you decided to do with your trio so other viewers can get different team ideas to fit their playstyle. As with most boss fights though, we got to go over the attacks that you're going to be seeing here, because guess what? The boss gets to attack you first time 9 times out of 10. The first attack the boss has is attacking from a distance, hence the text that you see here on screen. The boss will do 4 attacks that are honestly not that hard to handle, but the timing is what can really throw you through a loop, especially your first time. The attacks are just basic swipes and jabs, but the boss will love to twirl his sword around a few times in between each attack before actually attacking you. So don't be surprised if you get hit for the first time fighting him. Luckily, he doesn't do too much damage with each attack though, so it's not too crazy, and it might take you a few tries to finally get that parry timing down. The next possible move is actually your chance to do a gradient counter. You thought the boss loved to show off beforehand in the previous move? No, this is going to throw you way off if you're not patient. This boss will get right up into the face of one of your teammates. Then the screen's going to do its typical gray-black, symbolizing that you are getting ready to do a gradient counter using the R2 button. The problem is that for this one, you don't want to hit it right away. The boss will actually flip his sword around a little bit, then he'll actually jump back into the air, and then finally will do a dive attack at you. So when that dive happens, that is when you want to hit the R2 button. One side note about these particular counters, I doubt it makes a difference, but I personally like to hold the button down right as I know I need to counter it, and it seems to work every single time. Again, it could help with some timing, but you'll have to let me know in the comments below. When you see the boss gather an incredible amount of chroma, again, just like you see here on screen, this will be a group gradient counter. The key here, though, is to wait until the ball of energy gathers, and then it shoots down at you like you see here on screen. I've slowed it down a bit so you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. When this happens, hold/press the R2 button, and then you can get some good counter damage in. Probably one of the easiest attacks, however, though, that you're going to be able to avoid is the pool of chroma. It's a simple jump attack, symbol and all. Just simply wait to see it, jump over the attack, and hit the R2 button, and Bob's your uncle. Now we got to get into some of the big moves here. I've actually seen a couple of guides saying that you don't need to worry about this one, but I still want to go over it because guess what? Not everyone plays the game exactly the same. When you see the boss gather petals around him, 2 token-like enemies will spawn right next to him. You need to take these 2 enemies out in the next couple of turns, otherwise the boss is actually going to heal up. And it can actually heal up a lot. I've seen some numbers thrown around about 25%, but if you're not able to deal as much damage as you should be doing around this time, then this could mean the big difference for you, because basically the boss could go back up to full health. I personally used a skill called Crippling Tsunami with Lune, and it just wiped him out in 1 hit. Plus, it also applied slow to the boss, so that's a double bonus right there. A final normal attack that you might see from this boss is a basic combo where the boss will get up close and personal to one of your characters. As always with this guy though, be careful with the timing. The The first 3 attacks happen at basically normal speed and is what you'd expect from a typical parry attack. 4th attack though, he will actually first spin his sword to his other side and then do a little hop before doing the next attack. Then there is a second or two after that before he does his 5th attack. The final attack, aka the 6th attack the boss will do, you actually jump and gather energy right in front of you inwards before unleashing the final attack. This can definitely be a little tricky to parry, so don't worry if you get hit from it right away. It took me a couple tries, but the key that I personally found was to look right here that you're seeing on screen. Right as the charge up is done, hit the parry button about a second after that. That seemed to get the timing down for me a couple of times, so let me know if that helps you. Okay, final attack to look out for, the masks. God, I absolutely hate these things. The boss will summon 3 masks behind him when he's about 25% health or less. These will attack you via some blasts that come from their mouths, but these are not beam or bullet-like projectiles. Personally, when I first saw this, I thought it was covering the entire arena, but it's only shooting one character at a time. The key to these though is when they actually turn their heads to the side, then turn them back, and then they fire the blast at you. The order that the heads will do this though is the same every single time. It'll be left head, then the center, then the right side. Oh, and by the way, just to make it a little bit more challenging for you, this happens twice in a row. So that's 6 blasts in total. Left, center, right, then left, center, right again. Then after that, for just a lovely 7th attack right here, the masks will kind of hang just for a little bit, and then they'll all decide to attack you for the final hits. If this hits you, by the way, though, you will also get hit with exhausts. Starting to see why I don't like these masks? Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Just remember though, if you miss just simply one parry, you won't get the full counter attack. So just try to focus on either dodging or at least getting some AP from your parries and worry about dealing more damage to the boss. Whew, okay, that is a lot of moves, but we have finally gone over all the moves that the boss personally did to me. If I missed any though, or there was a move that the boss did to you that he did not do to me in the B-roll, let me know in the comments below so we can tell everybody who watches the guide. Now, the big question of course is, what exactly is the best strat to take this guy down and actually deal some damage to him? Well, one of the best things that you can constantly have on this particular boss especially is burn. I mean, burn is just an awesome thing to have on all enemies regardless, but burn here is going to help a lot. Whether it's with Lune or Mael, keeping high stacks of burn will help deal damage every turn and also negate the pedal token enemies I mentioned earlier if you're not able to take them down fast enough. Also, at this point in the game, many are probably not using Lune because she's kind of fallen off in terms of damage. It's nice for healing, but overall her damage isn't the greatest. I myself personally though still love using her for healing, especially if you have her full team heal. And applying burn, while it's still low at some points in the game, combined with some of the ice attacks to apply slow, personally helps me out a lot. Ciel makes marking super easy with her marking card at skill, and Harvest is easy, one of my favorite moves since it heals you, does more damage based on all the foretell cards attached to the boss. Oh, and of course, I cannot forget Phantom Blade, since it's just simply great for high damage and even breaking / stunning the boss too, as it gets you into Twilight mode. Verso at this stage in the game, I was still getting used to using a little bit here, but his ability to get easy AP is super helpful, and of course you get to do more damage simply based on the rank / perfection that he gets when dealing damage. Plus, I swear like half of his abilities apply break and help stun, so that also helps a lot out too. Final thing I can easily recommend, like I do in most of the guides, is just simply making sure you have more than one way to heal your characters. If you've gone to camp and upgraded your items over the time though, make sure you have the ability to improve your revive item. By this point in the game, you should be able to revive a teammate with over 60% of their health if they happen to die, which as you can see is very helpful. I also use the AP item a couple of times if a turn didn't go the way I wanted him to, because hey, we all need more AP, right? Overall, this boss can be a bit of a challenge with all of those parry times that I talked about beforehand, and probably what you've seen with the B-roll, especially with those delayed combos. It'll probably take you a couple of tries since you start over from the beginning of the battle, and if you die, you can't bring in your reserve teammates. Just remember though, if you do die, don't be afraid to press the start button and change up your characters if you need to. Keep up the attacks until you finally take this boss down and just see how crazy this story continues to develop. Now, here's a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to do everything in real time. Don't be afraid to use items to increase your AP, and don't worry if you need to dodge instead of parrying. As always, learn the attacks and patterns of the boss to make it easier. It's okay if it takes a couple of tries. If you enjoy the guides, then a like on the video shows us that you enjoy this type of content. And don't forget to check out our other Expedition 33 guides and content, along with our other videos in the top right corner and pinned comments. Thanks for watching the video. I've been Talon with Direct Gaming. I hope you have a great day and week, and I hope to see you all in the next video or our live streams. We enjoy getting to chat with everyone who stops by. Until next time though, everyone, Johnny.
Not angry, just disappointed. Here we go.
Eyes and
This can be lost.
Let's call the pod.
Target marked. You should be fighting by now.
eyes and eyes.
A storm is coming. Feel the storm. Feeling better. Feeling better. Okay. Well. Now is our chance. Try me. Maybe that's smart.